It's week 3 of the NFL. And at center stage, it's the Raiders' speedy running back. Your standard at running back this season, pacing the league in rushing. It's the Raiders and the Giants.
As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. Oh, some strong running. And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game.
Muster up these Raiders.
They'll be led out by their 5'11" quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Now Wilson. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. You look at this Raiders defense, and they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
You have to like the way that they've played in the first month. They have to be very proud of being a top 10 unit against the pass. Their goal, though, in this one, see if they can improve that ranking.
That is caught. And he will have a Giants first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. Play action. It's Wilson. Trying to get it to Robinson,
Perfect coverage by Pratt.
And the Raiders are going to take over here up near the 40. That right there is the inauspicious start that they were hoping to avoid, the turnover on the first possession.
I love how you use those college-bound words like that, inauspicious. Well done. I really appreciate that. But here's the thing for me. I'm just wondering if their game plan is incorrect. You know, I think they felt like they could come in and throw it around pretty well. That interception early, they may rethink how they go about attacking.
Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snootful, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And that'll be incomplete.
Wow.
Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Shorter distance. All right.
A shotgun snap for Smith. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Hands it off out of the gun. And very little there. He
get a block there. Receiver is cut off.
To the 41. Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. You talk about this Giant defense.
Coming into this one ranked number 19 in the NFL against the pass. And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. 9 yards that time. The Raiders at 2-0 here to begin the season, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Ryan Dable reaching for that challenge flag, and he's going to have the...
That was close. They're wasting challenges on that grab.
Does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. From the gun, here's Smith. They'll roll him out right. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the run.
That was a touchdown for sure.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there with his 4th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Raiders take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Enough.
A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move.
Broken ribs, that's great.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
In motion right is Robinson. Now Wilson. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Straight ahead, here's Tracy. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. In motion, Slayton. They go play action now. Wilson. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they get to him again. Max Crosby providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. On to punt, Jamie Gillen. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here.
You gonna block?
It's a 42-yard punt. They
I highlighted you like that.
On the return, and it'll be Raiders football 1st and 10. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game.
Wow.
Deal.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, You got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. Throwing now is Gino. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Slot man moves right. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second down at 7. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. Here's 3rd and 6.
Let's put Thorne in, dude.
Delayed game. Offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Delayed game. Offense.
The plays are on the stupid playbook. I'm done. Just 50
That flag
formations.
accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still 3rd down.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Now Gino. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And here's a handoff out of the gun to the 27-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping him for the sack. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Geno now to throw. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Play action. It's Smith. It's Myers again with another catch. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. from the gun. They'll try to run it. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Smith keeps it on the sneak. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Geno Smith, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The possession switching back to the New York Giants. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. They'll hand it to Tracy. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. But it looks like one of the DBs.
Got the hit stick in there, baby. Finally.
Set up shop at midfield at the...
A rookie quarter, baby.
A little careless there, Charles, on that
Awesome.
carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. No gain on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. From the 50, it's Smith. Short throw to the tight. The ball comes out. Oh, one of the linebackers is
Well,
and they have possession. And they have
almost it right back.
Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but and now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at.
God.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a quick throw out wide to Myers. So no gain on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catches. Hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw, Smith. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage.
Oh, wait. I don't want to kind of punt.
Popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Jeez.
The Raiders
6
going
yards will take this with Carlson.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second
Like a horrible wind or something.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one, as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will extend their lead even further. So able to add on to their first half lead here, Charles, forcing the miscue with a fumble and then turning that into 3 points.
Yeah, and more than happy to accept any mistakes the other side is willing to make.
Just got killed.
No problem. You turn it over, we'll take
Officer's
that,
hurt.
and we'll use it to expand our lead.
Now we get a stoppage as a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's Wilson to throw. Once again, he finds Slayton. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Jamie Gillen now on to punt. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. This is taken at the 18.
Dude, get a block.
46, a return of 5. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your
He's supposed to spin in.
Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Smith. That's caught by Myers. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Smith now to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here's Smith. That's caught inside the 20. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Throwing again is Smith. Flushed out right. His throw incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now Smith. That's caught left side. Myers with it. He's brought down. Remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. Well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame, because we are moving right through halftime and on to the 3rd quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here are the Raiders now to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 47. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Here's Smith. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll try and run for it. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Gotta stick to the run game.
A great effort there.
Run it out and you pop one.
Second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Raiders are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 24. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Escapes the defender. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Now it's Wilson. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Why do they switch me to this? And
Fortunately,
that's terrible.
Down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down. That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is intercepted.
Corian Bennett.
Corian Bennett has it. And the Raiders are going to have great field
Take
position
it.
here as this is returned just shy of
He's
midfield.
super fast. He's like 97 or
That one
something.
was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
After the interception, here's Smith. Open man is Myers. And past the 35,
Oh,
he'll
come
be
on.
dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Have any depth, guys.
1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Throwing is Smith. Flush to his right. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
No surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
Now it's Smith. That's complete into the hands of Myers. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. That is caught. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 15-yard line. Hands it off out of the gun. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Smith.
Nice throw, Smith.
It's
the hell?
Banks with it. And the Giants are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
They'll go again with Tracy. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Wilson now off the bootleg. Nowhere to go here.
There we go.
And the Raiders pick it up.
Sheen forcing the fumble.
Not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Yeah, Bowers.
Following the fumble recovery, Smith.
Nowhere
to turn this time.
Not a chance.
Sacked back at the 29. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Throwing now is Gino.
Oh, come on, Bowers, catch that.
Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Oh, yeah.
To throw is Smith.
Oh, Thornton, dude, you had a touch.
Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'm not quite sure how he wasn't able to hold on to that one in the end zone. A great opportunity lost, but a lot of relief for the defensive guys. When they get into film next week, they're going to want to know what happened. Where was the breakdown that almost allowed a touchdown?
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play
Porter almost came down with one there.
And allows for them to have some success.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Wilson.
Crosby had
Max. Able to record his 5th sack of the season. Here's Jamie Gillen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and out will come the offense as they take over. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Hey, go flip her up, flip her up.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sack back.
Where did that come from?
The 43-yard line. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. So a great play there for this highly regarded linebacker making his first career sack.
And his versatility on display right there. Look, we've known him primarily as a tackler and a cover man, but he can go get the quarterback when the situation calls for it, as he just did right there.
Oh, he had him. He was open.
Come on, Gino. Hit that, man.
It's incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
New York's offense back out there and set to go. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it
Wow.
as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press
crazy.
conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And
He break those
it
tackles.
already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Wilson. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Now it's Wilson. Can't get away.
Sit down.
He's taken down. Max Crosby getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. The Giants on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and forever. Now Wilson. Oh, hit as he throws there. Incomplete. We saw a lot of that a week ago defensively from him. AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Just always seems to be around the football.
I like your observation there. Understands the game, understands positioning, can put himself in the right spot, and then make a play on the football.
Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And too much
Terrible
juice.
throw, man.
It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
A shotgun snap for Smith. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. But that shouldn't matter a great deal as they still lead by a bundle here. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
That's complete. It's Neighbors. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Here's Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Now Wilson. Going right side, he finds Slayton. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. They'll try and run for it. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Throwing is Wilson. That ball caught by Slayton. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. He got 29 yards that time. To throw is Wilson. Well, a tough throw there across his body. It's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Russell Wilson. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Giants are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now down to 20. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Oh, were the Giants able to recover? Yes. Great job by the kick team there to get the football, but also don't forget about the man that started it, the lonesome kicker himself.
I love that you brought him into it because he doesn't get nearly the attention he deserves. Oftentimes it's only when it's negative. In this.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
And his throw
Ricky's
is
your problem, dude.
Jacoby Myers, the intended receiver, and it's third down. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. On their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Smith. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Now we've got a giant player here slow to get up after that last play. They work now on 2nd and 9.
Hey, we go.
Throwing now, Smith. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
53.
From the gun on 3rd down, Smith.
Dude, that's
Toward the
ridiculous.
sideline, intercepted.
Out of
Picked off
bounds,
by
crap.
Paulson
Come on, dude.
Adebo.
Bring the eagle.
Bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
But
Come on, Tucker.
That's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Now Smith. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Off of play action. Here's Smith. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. So Russell Wilson in the offense, down by 13, under 1:20 to go. Field goals, useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order. This is Robinson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Here's 2nd and a yard. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Here's Wilson to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
That's pretty difficult to sum it up offense in a 2-minute drill. When your guys have struggled to put points on the board all afternoon, there's an incompletion right there.
Now it's Wilson. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete. This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Throwing again here, Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Raiders are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Well, there's a time and a place for everything. Down 2 scores late in the 4th.
Not happening.
I get it. Now is the time to throw it downfield, but that one might just write an end to this ball game.
I hear all the time how critical I am of play calls. Not in this situation. No other choice, really. Look at the clock. Look at the scoreboard. Had to press it and take a chance.
Eluding the pressure right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you could just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for the Raiders, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week.